come to church. Would you get saved in church? No. You don't have to get to church. But when you get saved, you'll go to church. Right? Right in Walmart. I remember I've shared this story with you. But I'm standing in the parking lot. I put a young man up in a hotel room in Broken Bow. I never did stuff like this, but something with this young man. His name was James. His wife had left him. He was homeless. He had a job. He worked at Pizza Hut, so he was trying. And he came to me. This young man was broken. He said, I don't know what to do with my life, Pastor. I said, well, we'll put you up in a room. Put him up in a room, and we're standing there, and I'm giving him the key to the room. And I said, James, you need more than this room. This is just temporary. He said, I know. I need things to change in my life. I didn't say, well, come to church Wednesday night, because I think this is for Monday or Tuesday. Come to church Wednesday night. We'll take care of that. No. I said, God can change that right here, right now. We're standing between the Mexican restaurant and the hotel in the parking lot. I said, James, you ready for things to change in your life? Because God will change you right now, right here, right now. He said, right now? I said, right now. And I said, let's pray. So I took James by the hand, and we began to pray right there in that parking lot. And every time I share the story, I tell it the same way. I thought that it started raining, and I didn't feel the rain come down, because when I looked down, we were both literally standing in a puddle. It was James's tears. He was broken. He was repenting. God saved him right there in that parking lot. Then the condition that James was in, if I would have said, hey, James, come to church Wednesday night, and God will save you, God will change you. Who knows what James would have done in that hotel room for the next 2 days? I don't know. But I know what God did do in James's life there in that parking lot. I've lost contact with him, but I kept up with him for a while, and he just continued. He came to our church for a little bit, and then he ended up moving. I think he and his wife got back together, but he ended up moving away, and that's the last I heard from James. There's not a piece of furniture in the front of the room. We'll always keep them there, but an altar is a meeting place with God. So right there, I'm believing you for a suddenly. For me, I'm believing you for a suddenly, for insert name here. Whether it's your son, your daughter, your nephew, your niece, your neighbor, whoever it is. I'm believing you, God, for a suddenly to take place. For each one to step in that baptismal pool. For each one of my brothers. Your expectations are low, go ahead and take them just a little bit higher. Just let your imagination, your spiritual desire begin to arise, I should say, rather than imagination. Those things that people say God don't do anymore, why don't you go ahead and get an expectation of that? Some people tell you God don't save anymore. Oh, that expectation's been exceeded. Sister Donna Kay, they'll tell you He don't do divine healing anymore. What'd you say? Somebody told you the other day that mustard seed faith don't exist anymore? That mustard seed faith don't exist anymore. Just go ahead and say this. I just make to a Sunday school room, a bathroom, change. Go ahead and get changed and get ready. Your way you come to see. Remember that? He said you expected some blowing in the wind. He said no, but can I tell you, not since the prophets has there been a greater man than John the Baptist. On Facebook, I never knew that such dirty waters could make you feel so clean. Is that what you said? Something along those lines. See, He didn't just go in dry and come out wet. If you have no expectation, you go in a dry center and come out a wet center. But I'm not going in without expectation. I'm stepping into these waters as the one baptizing folks with an expectation. I'm going to get baptized today again, and I have some expectation of what God is going to do for me. So as you let your expectations begin to arise,